When Al and June celebrated their 20th anniversary in 1965, they had a full house with 10 kids, and only one more to come. In that decade, America saw a dream realized when Neil Armstrong put his foot on the moon on July 21, 1969. Paul would be drafted and sent to Vietnam for a year in 1970. And Richard Nixon would become the only U.S. president ever to resign on August 9, 1974.
Hi, Mom and Dad. Happy anniversary. I'm very happy for you, and I am wishing you a very happy anniversary, and Dad, you a very happy birthday. That's all. This is Renee.
A greeting from Renee, narrated by Tony. Dear Dad, I have searched my thoughts and memories of you, and it is impossible to come up with a brief summary of them. There is so much I take with me that is forever precious. Your loving hands. When I think of you, I think of your loving hands. With your hands, you worked to take care of all of us. You provided a loving home with plenty to eat, warm clothes in the winter, a safe neighborhood to play in without fear, and a loving mother. You went to work and never complained. After working at the car shops all day, your loving hands had supper with us. Then you often worked in the garage at night, welding and repairing things for those who needed it. With your loving hands, you took care of your home, which has grown even more lovely with time. Precious memories will always be there. You provided a place we can always visit and return to. With your loving hands, you raised each of us. Then you provided a retirement for yourself and Mom. You never wasted anything and have always been generous in love. With your loving hands, you managed our village for 38 years. I will always be proud of you. You brought it through all the challenges it presented you and left it prosperous. With your loving hands, you have been generous to all who have asked, even when it was a risk. But then love is never a risk. It is a joy that keeps on renewing itself. With your loving hands, you folded them to pray, and you lived your faith. With your loving hands, you taught me to drive and fixed all the cars I broke. Oh yes, I remember the Greenbrier and the Ramblers. I still smile when I think of how you tried to pull the dent out of the red Rambler and ended up having to fix the tractor. With your loving hands, you taught us to be financially responsible. I am so thankful you and Mom passed that on to me. It was with much joy and thankfulness and thoughts of both of you when we made our final mortgage payment. I learned to live within our means and take much joy in it. With your loving hands, you still welcome us home. I am so glad God has blessed your loving hands. With your loving hands, you still play music that brings joy to those in need, and you bless God in your worship. Your loving hands didn't do all this alone. You did it with Mom's hands in yours, and showed us what covenant and commitment means. May God continue to bless us with your loving hands. There is so much more I cannot recall all of it, but in my prayers, I pray God will always bless your loving hands. With all my heart, Renee.
Grandpa. This is Jenny, and I want to say happy 60th wedding anniversary. I hope it's a great one and you have many more. Bye.